Welcome to the Insiders. I'm Spartan Knight 67, and this is the Saturday portion. This week we're talking about current events, and I really have nothing to say about North Korea. I think Evan pretty much covered everything. I don't have anything to say about Pakistan, really, because I don't know. That's the question there. It's really hard. Should we send drones in and kill terrorists but accidentally kill a couple people because terrorists can kill a bunch of people? It's one of those decisions I'm glad I don't have to make, and I don't think I can truly make, because I'm not the one in power. I have no idea. I'm 15, and good for the world that I am not making those decisions. As for Lily's video, I think it was Lily. Yeah, it was Lily. It's interesting. People using the Bible against gay people. I'm a Christian, and I think it's horrible when people do that, because in the Bible it says that we as Christians shouldn't judge, and I think a lot of times we forget that, and we judge people, not only gays, but we judge, you sin, you're a bad person. I think, and not all of us do this, but I definitely think the minority of us, and I'm saying us because I'm a Christian, but I don't do that. I think the minority of Christians who go off and, just attack somebody and try to use the Bible against them, first off, that's horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They're kind of missing the point about being a Christian. I think Westboro Baptist Church comes to mind. If you don't know who they are, good for you. Keep it that way. You win. You win at life. And if you don't know who Snooki is, you win at life. Anyway, my current event is the entertainment genre, as it is today, and mainly Hollywood. I'm a big guy in entertainment, not in entertainment, but I love it, and I want to be in it. I want to be a writer and a director and kind of a filmmaker, which is one of the reasons I love doing YouTube so much. But this is basically kind of what they do. If there's something popular, they'll try to make as much money out of this as possible. The first thing that comes to mind is the genre, and I'm a little hesitant to talk about this because this is a big year for this genre, and I think they're not exactly doing it this year, but they've done it in the past, is with superhero and comic book movies. They just go crazy in making these movies. A good example of it was the third Spider-Man. Sam Raimi wanted Sandman and the Green Goblin's son to be in it, but the studio, so they could make more money, wanted Venom to be in it, and so they forced Sam Raimi to put Venom in it, and because Sam Raimi doesn't like Venom, he couldn't do him that well. So, that movie failed at the box office. Not at the box office, but it failed critically. I don't mind it, but I do wish they would just let directors do what they want to do. You don't see anybody telling Christopher Nolan how to make his movies because he's a genius. You don't see people telling Steven Spielberg how to make his, or Peter Jackson how to make his, because they know how to do it and they know what they're doing. And I think we need to give directors a little bit more leeway, and we shouldn't be so worried about getting what the fans might like putting in characters that the fans will like. Like I said, I don't think that's what's happening right now with the genre, but I think it happens a lot. A good example of this was in 2010, I think it was, DC announced that they were doing a comic book movie that wasn't a superhero movie, and then Marvel's like, well, we'll have to do one, and then DC, well, we'll come out with an even better one. Now, this was kind of a blessing and curse. Some people liked Jonah Hex, a lot of people didn't. But Marvel's comic book movie that year that didn't have to do with superheroes was The Loser, and that was Losers, and that was okay. And then, of course, Red came out. But basically, they tried to get as much money out of this one genre as possible, and they just kind of tried to hurry it up and get these out. And it turns out that The Losers and Red was actually kind of a good movie. And Jonah Hex wasn't a good movie. But I think that's kind of the problem. They just try to hurry up, and they don't think long term about getting money and stuff. Because I understand that you'll need to get money in the business, especially with those kind of movies. Because, you have to pay for the actors and the special effects. But you have to think, will people just go to the box office and be extremely disappointed and never want to see this again? Or will they go and they like it, so they go again, and they get it when it comes out on DVD, and it's really popular? So I think Hollywood just needs to kind of take a step back and worry more about making good movies over making movies that people will initially want to see, but then hate. So that's my 2 cents. I realize, people will debate whether the way what Hollywood's currently doing is a current event, but I think it is, and I find it interesting. It's definitely not as important as some of the other topics discussed, but I gave my opinions on those. Next week I'll be picking the topic, and it's what makes a book good, and should we read books that aren't necessarily good. I find this interesting. Like I said, I want to be a writer, and I just hope you guys enjoy it. This went over a little bit longer than I wanted to, but I had a lot to say. So, rock on.